taking responsibility for what happened, and I take responsibility for fixing it in this action. And part of every level of government and service is thinking not only about the future of the city of Chicago, doing the things necessary, and making sure that you're held accountable for the results. And so I will be judged by that, as I was for the last 4 years and for the next 4 years, to make sure I do what's necessary and important for the city's future.
Chicago Mayor RAHM Emanuel pledging to make changes within that city's police department, even as the federal Department of Justice launches a full investigation into that department's use of force. Now, this investigation comes after several videos surfaced of officers allegedly using excessive force. But the mayor is also facing a lot of criticism for stonewalling the release of those videos, many of which are at least a year old and might not have surfaced at all if it had not been for a court-ordered release. Now many are calling for the mayor's resignation. To explain the ways of Chicago, we welcome in from Newsmax Washington the former congressman from Illinois, from a district in Chicago, Michael Patrick Flanagan, currently the president of Flanagan Consulting. And joining us as well, Newsmax insider William J. Kelly from Chicago, where he ran for mayor there as a Republican. So, gentlemen, we do appreciate it. And Michael P., we'll begin with you. We've talked about the Chicago way. And, you know, a long time between the videos and them becoming public. Was RAHM basically involved in a cover-up?
I don't see how you could see it any other way. I mean, he just said in his press conference, I'm responsible for everything that happened in my first 4 years, and I'll be responsible in the next 4 years. Well, this happened in your first 4 years, RAHM, and you made sure nobody knew about it during the election. You made sure it never came out, and you made sure that people only found out about it later, and even then only after a court order. And then all of a sudden, the police chief is fired, and all your pals in Springfield and in D.C. are offering to investigate the police. Not you, not the incident, not what happened with this poor kid, not what's going on in Chicago with a whole bunch of other black dead teens, but we're going to investigate the police department. Some fannies will get spanked, some people will be sent on their way, but nobody's going to touch you. Well, I hope somebody will, because this stinks to high heaven.
Yeah, I just wish I could address our guest as Mayor Kelly, but I can't. William J., this whole deal, we just heard Michael say, hey, the federal investigation is to basically excuse RAHM, since he served there as the chief of staff to President Obama. Do you believe DOJ is trying to insulate the mayor from the crisis?
There's no question about it. And had this video come out during the campaign, I might be mayor of the city of Chicago today. Literally, this incident took place within a week of me busting the caps. I donated $100,000 to my own campaign, busted the caps so that I could receive unlimited donations. Those donations would have, RAHM supporters would have flown to my campaign had they seen this video. But the fact of the matter is that RAHM suppressed it. There's no question. $5 million was paid out to the family in what could only be described, what many people are describing as hush money, okay, because part of the contract was that they were not allowed to talk about the video, ever. But the video was released as a result of an independent journalist, not a Chicago credentialed journalist, but an independent journalist who was managed to get that video released. RAHM was kicking and screaming to keep it private, keep it secret, claiming that the family wanted it private, wanted it secret.
As you lay this out, Bill, Michael P., is there no depth to which RAHM Emanuel will not sink, even now as 51% of Chicagoans want him to quit, according to a new poll?
Is there a bottom to Chicago politics? Did you just ask that? No, JD, there's not a bottom. There is no bottom. It's how low you can go, and if you can go lower than the other guy, you'll win. And these guys got no bottom. Axelrod, Jeremiah Joyce, RAHM got no bottom. No, don't even. It's crazy to even talk about. There's no place they won't go to make sure
let's give Kelly the final word. It's 30 seconds, Bill. So, can a Republican be elected mayor of Chicago?
The answer is yes, and a Republican can be elected president of the United States if they use this issue the right way. RAHM has deep ties to Hillary. Hillary should be pressured to call on RAHM to resign. That would do a lot to get black votes for the Republican candidate for president who takes me up on this challenge. Please call on RAHM Emanuel to resign and call out Hillary for her deep relationship with Mayor RAHM Emanuel.
Well, taking Chicago politics and using it as a national issue. Perhaps that's very good advice. William J. Kelly in the Windy City and Michael Patrick Flanagan in Washington. Gentlemen, you have our thanks. So you heard the way they see it in Chicago about the Chicago way. Agree or disagree? Send me your comments at newsmaxtv.com/comments. And we're coming right back.